people have except me. Around these many people. The orange color button, which is I'm displaying you, is the one which will show you that who are all attending current meeting with an attendance. Attendance means it won't say it as present or absent. It just says who are all present. It will just try to show that small window. That's what it does the job. The orange color, why I'm showing you is because highlighted. These are all people who are present. 1 second. There's only less people are there. This only this many, and there are very less people who are attended. Say, whoever is there, how many numbers? They may be right now 13 are there. That do we get this in the chat window? I've given you the link. This is only for not for mobile phone. Mobile phone attendance cannot be taken through this. It's not possible to take any attendance in the mobile phone. It is only possible in the system or a browser window. If you are using a Google Chrome browser, then only this. When I click, always what you should do is the link is there already, which is for Google Chrome extension, which you need to install it first. Second, go to your Google Meet, start your regular classroom, and then click on this button will appear. That one small button appears next to people. Click on that, then automatically this window will appear. Click on that. It will open an Excel sheet and give you all these names which are in the alpha log. Now, this number should match, then only you should click. Many faculties will do a difficulty because, sir, people there are 32 and this may not be 32. Sometimes it differs because just now recently joined people will also be there. Both are 3. Now there you can see the difference now. There are 33 people, but there are only 32, 30, 40. More number is increasing here, but this is only 30. Because attendance was taken when only 30 people were there. Now there are 35 people who have joined our class. 6 have joined. More are joining now. What you should do for that is just close the window once, then click back again on the people or show everyone. Now you see the count goes to 37, 37. Both will match now. Once both the numbers are matching, just click on the same button, it will open. Now there are double options are available here. You can use a new sheet or you can work with this. You click on this, clicking on the same button, try to open it. Close with this. Just check the number matches, then you click. But try installing it. After that, you try for an attendance. There is no specific other than this attendance as of right now. It is coming up. They have announced officially, but it may take another month. September end, it might come. But otherwise, this is fine to get an attendance on this part. And see, now your own class attendance is coming over here. Any number of times you can click, and this is the 37 people who are attending right now. I will be able to list it. Except me. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can we have the attendance of yesterday and day for yesterday, all the 3 days put together? Can we able to have a look at it in the screen?
No, yeah, you can have it because see, if it is like this is for today. If I would have attendance on yesterday, then yesterday's will come. If it is next day, then the date wise it will up. See, whenever I click on this, it will be on day wise, time wise. Date and time both. See, on top you can see it is 8:33, 08 second, 8:33, 23 second. If I click again, it will give me one more is for right now. So it is like date wise, but this is only generates, but don't keep this sheet. You have to copy from this and you have to maintain another Excel sheet. See, generally I will show you my screen how we maintain it. Then it can give you a good example of how we will look at that screen, which gives me an attendance, but we will mark like this. By looking at that, this is how the attendance sheet will be maintained.
For this Excel sheet, email ID is the key field.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have given their username and password with like roll number and the student name. That's how this is given. You could see here, there is a roll number and a name, and then the date wise present or absent we have been marked. Now, who marks this present absent? It's right now there is no other option for an online mode, because we have to, just like a regular class, we need to take the attendance, and then after the end of the class you need to mark in an Excel sheet like this. Anyway, maximum present will be there, less absentees, whoever is absent, you just mark them as absent. But how do we get that? Is this sheet which generates an attendance. Here by default there are no roll numbers, only name comes. There is no other way to get it, so we need to just cross check once. It is by default, it can be sorted, it can be altered, possible, but it's a tedious job little bit, but this is the only option which is available. Otherwise we have to keep on calling their name, which is not a good idea, which we don't prefer. For getting an attendance for this part is not a good idea. Just try with this. I will share at the end another 2 extensions which can also give you an easy way of attendance, because their name is used for joining the classes. No roll numbers will be tracked at all. That's where the invitation has to be sent through Google Calendar. Then we will come to know that how many invitation I have sent, how many have been attending here. So in my class, if there are 40 students, this number should go to 41, including me. It should be 40 plus 1. If it is less, then automatically I'll come to know some people are absentees. Get the attendance sheet and find out who is the absentees, and you need to mark separately and keep it. That's a little tedious job we are all suffering, but there is no other option for an attendance as of now. There is no built-in option for. Then there are they ask something like, see, how many levels of Google certifications they're asking. I will definitely give you my last but one slide is today's, is that only you can go for that. How can you work with that? Exam center full details I will give you. Form limiter, I'm covering it up. Google Sheet app, I didn't get what is that Google Sheet app. Let's say, see, there are 2 ways you can use Google Sheets. Google Sheets are available on cloud as well as on a mobile app. Both are same. You can download an app in your mobile phone, or you can use sheets.google.com on an online screen. Both are easy to work. It's just like an Excel sheet. You can work with this. Again, the same question was there, like on 3 days webinar. Each day attendance has to be taken separately, and then manually we have to consolidate it. There is no automatic one. No need to need more of an Google Sheet from a quiz. Definitely, I'll show that attendance. How to use AutoCAD, I'm showing it. Personalized Google Form. Prasad sir is asking, what is personalized Google Form? What do you want to do it in Google Form? More personalized means? You let me know. I will show you that immediately.
Sir, if you want to create a descriptive type of question,
yes.
Whether I have to create a personalized Google Form?
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Yeah. We'll show you now. Start with today's session. Some examples are there. Today I'll be showing my entire screen first. I'm not showing a single window. There are 2-3 things which I need to cover. Shift between the windows. So I may be covering here and there. So don't worry if something goes up and here. Hope my screen is visible. Day 3, see, day 1 we started with basic fundamentals, or maybe the knowledge required for a technology in a classroom. Then second part is a digital safety, then synchronous and asynchronous tools. That is what is most important to start off with. Second day, where we have to see that what are the basic inner boundary of Google apps built in inside a G Suite or Google for Education program, which is already enabled. First, make use of all those things for collaborative work, for creating our basic stuff. Next is digital tools, which are maybe beyond our within the G Suite program or beyond the G Suite program, has to be covered on those. That is what exactly will be looked around. But at the same time, there are some more advanced which are required, and the basic, according to the questions which was received yesterday, there is more requirement was on an advanced little bit of Google Form, where 2 controls which can be shown that. I'll show those part first. Then there are 3 softwares which can help you to do the basic parts, called as Mentimeter, WooClap, and then Kahoot, which generally used in the classroom for interactiveness. And I have used it yesterday. I asked you that you show your what's in your mind, how are you feeling, all those things. That could be the beginning of your classes. Maybe hardly it takes 2-3 minutes to develop those kind of a program. I'll show that so that you can create and start using it. Then is the book creator, which you can create your own books, and then you can ask your own students to kind of an assignment and assessment which you would like to do. Some few mind mapping tools, as well as creating your own video lectures. We will not be live. I want to record and send it to someone. There are two methods to do: one on screen, one as well as inside PowerPoint can be done on that. Hopefully I will try to cover it all this part. And then most common question asked was Google certifications. How can we become a Google certified teachers and then trainers? Then that can be given at the end of this. First thing, see, there are more things are available on Google Form. The beyond the basic what is available in Google Form, you have to go on with something called as add-ons. In every application it is available, but for a Google Form it is most important things. If you look at my screen here, form.new, one second, I will use the drive and then I will try to show you. It becomes easy. Okay, in the drive, I always prefer this method because it does not mix up with many other email IDs which are open. So I'm opening a Google form right now and then using a blank form. So some of the basic common questions which are used, I will try to answer that so that we can go one by one. First question, like how can we customize it for a descriptive level or other part at all? Say test 1. Then I can give this. This is a test 1 for me, and I am adding a question here. Say describe GST. So they have to describe this. Now they have to write see, automatically it is taken as paragraph, and then long answer is intelligently it has taken and it is decided. But how do we evaluate this? That is important. So here, whenever we do this, say I'll assume that 3 questions. One more question I will add. Explain the maybe freedom fighters' role in Indian freedom fight. Okay, 1947. Say this is a question which they are supposed to explain, which is also type of paragraph which is required. Then the third one where example, explain the process of food packaging. Okay, some more question, one more question, which is also, see, the moment I do it, kind of a question, it tries to decide that and it puts it as paragraph. Now, these questions, remember that only those which are with a single word or a one word or maybe the multiple choice questions are all auto evaluation happens. That means these are all the things, multiple choice, check boxes and drop box will become auto evaluation process. Even linear scale is possible. Other checkbox grid or multiple jobs grid, date, time, all can be made it, except the short answer, and even sometimes short answer is okay, but these two are not evaluated automatically. Paragraph especially will not be evaluated by the system. Even though it is a quiz, it cannot be evaluated. I need to do that. So what should be done? It is okay, sir, just like a regular program which we were doing it here, also I can do it. Sometimes even there are schools which are conducting right now, asking the user to write on a paper, take a photograph and then upload the answers. If you want to do that kind of a program, I can do that in this case called as upload a file. See, first two, they have to write the answers on the Google form itself. Third one, they have to write it on a paper and then take a photo and then they can upload the photo. That can be done. So it's up to us that decide what can be done. But right now I'm using only paragraph should be done. Basic setting, apply the 3 quiz with the questions. 1, in the settings, it has to be a quiz. Without that, it will not work. This quiz should be on always. And then here is what your challenge comes. Immediately after each submission means student will submit the quiz, answer will be given. But if it is 1 mark, single mark 1, and then you are a multiple choice, it automatically evaluation can happen. I can decide which is the answer, but right now I don't know which is the answer right now, right? So I will make it as later with a manual review. This makes that everybody has to submit automatically, and once they submit it, marks will not be given, evaluation is not done. I have to go and do manually. I'm not showing that which is match, which is correct answer, no point values, because I will release that later. So I will just save it. Now what happens when they are preview, if you look at, see, this looks like a simple quiz program and everybody is expected here to type the answer. So they will type it here. See, answer will be typed in this place. Okay, this is tax related some answer GST, something they would have written. Here is some rule. All rules will be described here, something like this. This is the answer written by the students, something like this. They type it and it will be made available for the students. List looks like test and they're all done it and they submit it. When the student submitted, see, it's finishers. He will not get any options of seeing an answer or how much the marks has been come over. Now, once that is finishers, you can see on this response, here it comes. See, there is no way that we are giving you a marks for each individual. You go to the individual here, you can see this. It's one by one student you can go. See, one is Vinay, which is already attempted this quiz, and he is this one student only who has written. Just the test one, you could see below. Describe some question, and this is the actual answer with the one student has given. How much marks? Is it 1 mark worth? See, out of 1 marks, you can give here. Say 1 marks or 0.5. You can decide like this. Or 2 marks. Okay, sir, it is, he has written very good, 1 marks. This, he has written, okay, very good, 1 marks. This, by student not so good answer, so give 0. Now, once you do this, see, there are where you work on these parts when you do it at all, you have an option to release the score. Remember, it is not one. Every student, you have to finish this. So one by one, you have to do the evaluation of all students if you are doing a descriptive questions using Google Form. Google Form is not exactly made for a descriptive one, but still we'll be able to use it. If required like that, you can do and click on release score. Score will be released to that student. See, it says all, not only one student, it is for all. Or you can send it to only one student specifically. You can release. I prefer always to you evaluate all question answers and then release one shot for everybody. It can be done. Say here, see, test evaluation is done. Please have a look at. Have a look at the score. Something you can write like that and then send email and release. That means an email goes to every student with the score what they have done, even if it is a descriptive. But one challenge is there, students have to type the answers. Everybody may not be very good at typing, so be careful when you are giving it. So it can be done even with an upload also. Everybody may not be good, they will start using again that scam scanner or something at all. They may not know the alternate software for that. Can happen, but this is possible, that can be done. One. Second, there are some options which were asked like, sir, how can we limit this option? There is, for all that, we need something called as add-ons. How do you get this add-ons? Click on 3 dots, because more experiments you will do with Google Form only in your classes, before the class, mid of the class, after the class, or after 1 week, you have to conduct tests and other things. When you are doing it also, I always say, start with one small 5 question, 1 quiz. And see how it works. Even if it goes wrong, it is fine. But you will understand what the technical things you have done a mistake, where to make the change, all that you'll understand. Don't give all 25 questions one shot and then not working, will not be a good option. So click here and add-ons. 3 dot buttons on the right side. Click on add-ons. That add-ons means additional things which can be added to Google Form. There are thousands, not 1 or 2. There are thousands which are available as add-ons. See, I have installed only 3 or 4. See, form limiter, form notification, Certify-M, something like form publisher or choice eliminator. I have installed only 4 or 5. Remaining, you see, when I scroll down, hundreds are there, thousands are there, which will give you a lot of things. That is to be experimental one, and then it can be made available accordingly. So I have used only a few. So anytime you want to install it, click on this, come here and type the name of the extension which you want to do it. For example, Certify-M. See, the moment you click that, Certify-M will come. I already installed, that's why install comes. Otherwise, you click here and install it, it works. Then I want form limiter. Say form limiter, no space. Yeah, form limiter, just click, it will be installed. So once it is installed, this is like your Google Android marketplace, Android Play Store, something like that, Google Marketplace for G Suite purpose. We'll install whatever extensions available. When you get time, please do experiment. 100 good things are there, which needs time, that's all. Okay, if I've installed it, what it does is, it asks me a permission. Would you like to install it in Google Form? Say yes, and use only institute email address. 1. Second, after installation, click on this add-on. You could see here all these appears. Whichever you have installed, everything comes here. One easy one I'll show you so that you can understand one by one how it works. Then there is something called as form limiter. What is form limiter? 1 second, I think it has to see here. This my add-on. Okay, it comes for a second. Hold on. Okay, now this is a form limiter. It is trying to limit here. Set this limit. It is limiting based on the date and time. Generally, this Google form is open for, once you open or give the link to the students, it is open. You can't stop it. How do you stop? Generally, I don't want to accept the answers from the users or time up. Then general method is you have to go to the responses. You can see there is one small button here, accepting responses. You can see here. This is the button commonly used. This is the general method built in, available in Google Form. Clicking on responses, click on accepting responses, switch off this. Now see, not accepting responses. Even though everybody has got a link, they cannot give the response once it is closed. For example, 15 minutes I'll give, 9:15 to 9:30. You have to finish it. Then you can switch on at 9:15, tell everyone to start now. So 9:30, you have to wait manually. Once 9:30 happens, you have to close this. This is manual work. It is working, it works, and it will be good also. But if you have to do manually, this is a good option. Now, once the result is done, you want to see that result, Excel sheet is here. You just click on this, it will create an Excel sheet and will show you where the results of all the students who have attempted will be available in one Excel sheet. See, this is the one for each answer student has given. It is how the score is also there automatically. See, because I manually did the scoring, then it is fine. It works on that. Sir, I don't want this switch on, switch off manually. I want to do it automatically. So that means you need to use for this quiz a form limiter, which is the one. Now, what is this form limiter? This is a small add-on to your Google form, and that will be used here. You can see based on how many number of responses come, you can limit. For example, I want only 30 people to register. First come, first serve. 30 people comes, and then I want to close this. Use this form, number of form responses, and see here, say 30, and then say yes, save. It will be closed automatically after the first 30 people fills this. Say, for example, I'm starting a new course, add-on course, certificate course. I want to first 40 people to register. That cases, this will be useful. Which 40, we don't know. Whoever fills first 40 will be, 30 will be selected on those. That is first option. Second one is here, that is where the date and time, which is useful for us, and when to start this and when to close this based on them. By default, when the link is given, it is a starting time. When you share this, clicking on send, clicking on this link, copying this is your starting time, and you give it to your student is the starting time. That is done, ready. And once it starts, when you are supposed to close this, you don't need to manually go and close. Here you can see when is a due date set on. Click on option. Say, for example, tomorrow for a 6:30 a.m. early morning, they have to finish. So I've said this, and then you can customize message. You can be sorry, time up. Like this, I can display my own messages and just save enable. Now, once this is enabled, this form will work from now onwards till next day morning, that is tomorrow morning 6:30. You can say date and time till any time. Say it's half an hour you want to give, 1 hour you want to give, all that is fine. You can do with this form limiter. And sometimes you feel that, oh, I made a mistake, I don't want this to happen. Anytime you can come back and just click on disable, then it will get disabled. It will not be useful. That is also fine. One option. That is how you do it. Other one, there are two ways in which you will be able to do. See, there are so many things are there which can be brought into. Now, for example, sir, this is okay, one question. I would like to have not these questions way. I will create one more and I will show you. I want more questions to be brought inside this. Sir, I want now 5 questions for this. And 1 second, Q for form. So meanwhile, this I wanted to create here as bulk question uploading. I want, say, 5 questions to be uploaded, 50 questions to be uploaded, 100 questions I want in Google Form. In that case, this is a good option to do it. What I'm doing is I'm deleting everything here and I'm just making sure that the basic is done. Here is what quiz has to be enabled if it is a quiz. First basic settings done. Now, second option is I want to get the questions from outside. Outside means what? Not preparing inside. If I want to import from another Google form, there is a button here. See, import questions. If you click this, it will ask me which is your another Google form from where I can take. See, Already I created one test. You can see just now I created now that one. I can select. I can click here as select. Then it will show me which are all questions inside that. See, 3 questions are here. Describe GST, explain freedom fighter, with example explain food processing. Which question you want from this? You can select only this, only this, only this. I don't want this. I don't want this. You can select. Or all 3 I wanted, select all. And import question, all questions will come inside this from one Google form to another Google form. For example, your one faculty has selected or designed a 30 question I want to take from him. You can always take from him, is possible. How I can share this Google form with somebody else? Don't send. If you send, nobody can copy a questions from your Google form with another one. What you need to do is, there is an option called as 3 dots here. There is an option called add collaborators. Only then they also become a part of your Google form as a owner. They are collaborators. They can do along with you. Then only they can import the questions, not by sending. Sending is only to the end user, only to the students and other people. This send will be there. All other things you have to add collaborators. Give your colleague name here and add them. Say for example, this person is my collaborator. I will send him. When you click send, he will be able to see, view and delete the form responses. He is just like me, another editor in my option. Then he can use this option of importing into that using this option. Import means all these Google Forms, see what all I created, what all shared with me will all appear here. I can do from any question to any question. One method number 1. Method number 2, sir, this is tedious. If I have not created any Google form, now I want 50 questions to be imported. How do I prepare questions now? Here, adding one by one, clicking on this and then adding is tedious job. I don't want to do, sir. I have ready-made 20 questions. Can I import? If you want to do that, there are more add-ons. For that, another add-on is there called as Form Builder. What do you mean by Form Builder? It builds the form based on the questions, from where we can take from Word, similar to your docs you can take, or from a Google Sheets you can take, or from multiple places, even from a slides you can take the question. How? I will show you a screen. If it is a Word, it should look like this. Can you see the screen now with Word document? It's a docs where I've just created a question, 3 answers with dot dot dot. That's something but your bullet mark. Then another question with another bullet mark. One more question, one more bullet mark. These are all options which can be done on this. Or if it is a this is where you can see how Excel sheet. See, I'm showing you both. Those who are comfortable with the do not use MS Word, MS Excel. This is not for that. This is Google Docs and Google Sheets. Always use online, so it is more compatible to. It is already saved in Drive, and you don't need to go and search this file anywhere in mobile or in laptop or anywhere. This is saved in your Drive. So this is how it works. If it is Excel, I always prefer that people prepare the question answers in this format, which I will share it with you. This is what you are supposed to do it. See this, how it looks like. This is a simple format. First column written as question, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and correct answer point. This is the heading. Questions all should be typed in this column. Here is the question column. Then 1, 2, 3 is the option. Say this is a question, option 1 answer, option 2 option, option 3 option, option 4 options. That's how it is written. Correct answer is, which out of these 4, which is the correct answer, specify here. How much marks you want to give, write it here. As simple. So write as many questions as possible. Say, sir, can I have one more question here? For example, capital city of Tamil Nadu. We'll write Bangalore, Chennai, Erode, Salem. Okay. Then which is the correct answer is Chennai, and marks is 1. Like this, you add 100 questions here itself. Don't go to Google Form anywhere else. Just create in this, create with this, give a proper name for this, and ready. Questions are all done, usable, finished. Now, once this is saved, it automatically saved. Anyway, you can see here, it is automatically see the document status. This is automatically saved. This indicates it is saved. In your Google Form, just create without any questions, make this as quiz, and now, instead of this import, because this import from Google Form, but now I'm importing from a Sheets. In the add-ons, there is an option called Form Builder. Click this. It will be able to start with this. It's already installed. That's why I'm just starting it once, and it will ask me from where you would like to import the questions. See, I can import from Google Form, Google Sheet, Docs, or Slides. Now my questions are in this, which is a Google Sheets. So I will use here Google Sheets option. Just click this and it will ask me which is your Google Sheet. So you should name it. What I have named it here, it has Q for Google Form. That means questions for Google Form. I've saved it as, so that I can search here. See, it's automatically some which is the recent one. Select that one and then click select. Now, questions, whatever you have typed, will all come on this part. See here, Q for Google Form has come. Now, where is the questions? It is in sheet number 1. Below, you can see there is a sheet number 1. So here also I should choose, it is in sheet number 1. Now scroll down a little bit and says, what are you importing? Only questions, question and answer, or is it a quiz? Because it has got marks, click quiz. Scroll down and it asks me, where is your question from where to where? Because it is too many questions, right? So here is A and 1. See, A is the column, 1 is the row. A1 is the starting point for this. So correct, it is A1 is correct here. And then where it is ending, because we don't know how many questions are there. There are now 4 questions. I think this is in the row number 5 and this is G. So G5, this number is called as, the box is G5. So I have to specify here just G5. Now I just need to know what are all, where and all, what I have written. Question is at which column? Where is your question? Question is in A column. So right here, question is at the column A. Scroll down. It says answer starts at the column B. Obviously, it is starting from B until E. So you have to select the name. Starting of the answer is B. Answer is ending at E. My correct answers are at F. Just the column names you give here. For not one question, for all 100 questions, you can do it. My points are at G. Over. My all job for this is done. See here, no questions. I've typed all questions here, importing it here, just clicking on get. Just see how it works. It says me, see, there are questions, whatever you have done, all questions are here, 5 questions. Would you like to import these things? Ready to import? See all questions, just click import. Now just have a look how it will appear now. First one, maybe I may get it wrong because I've selected even the column name there, but it's okay. But see, this question I made a mistake. That's okay. I will delete empty question. And now see all other question. King of fruit is already it has come. Here it has come. Here it has come. 4 it has come. Now, whenever you want to make it, wherever, whatever we would like to do it, it is easy for us to do. Only is by default, it is not required. You just need to switch on all these required. And you could see that which is the right answer is already ticked. I am not doing it. It's from the Excel sheet. It has come and it is working. So 1 minute job, you'll get 50 questions into Google Form and ready to send it, see a preview. Once you see preview, yes, ready. See, just 4 questions I've shown. Imagine if you have typed 40 questions in this format, then it is 1 click to get your questions into this. That is your second option. Use this option to get it. To get this, simple. Click here, click on add-on first, get a form builder, and use the add-on here, which is your form builder, which can be done. Third one, somebody asked another question, sir, what is the difference in the Certify EM and then Autocrat? Simple, it is used to generate a certifications based on the filling what is done over here. For example, in this quiz, there are 4 questions. For these 4 questions, if all 4 are right, I want to generate a certificate. That is how it is used here. This is a Certify based on the Google Form. In last 3 months of webinars which you have attended, they would have generated. Fill the form, get your certificate. That's how you also would have done many of this. This is how it is done. But I prefer that, see, Certify is based on, as a G Suite users, we have an advantage. If a common man is using this, or generally anybody uses with a Gmail, they were limited for 100 certificates a day. But as a G Suite users, we have 1,500 a day. We can send it as many certificates are possible for any applicants or form fillers. We can do it. When you click on this Certify EM, see, it's enable the Certify EM in this quiz. It allows you to enable this. And it just takes a few seconds to load it and do it. This is Certify EM. Only when it is automatically you want to do, always use this Certify EM, which is preferred most. Even the Autocrat can be made automatic, but that is a 1 step later, different one. Here is, see, certification turn is already off. You just need to click on turn on. And this is the one which is getting ready now. See, that is on. The form is automatically collecting email address and it has been changed and it has been ready to use on this. Turn on because one question identifies the exam taker. Please So the very first question to collect your full name. Okay, fine. See here, I do not having any options to collect the username, so it cannot generate a certify EM because it has to generate certificate for somebody, right? So I need to have a question here which can collect the username. Say full name has to be collected, which should be short answer. Then I can try this. Turn on and see, because without name it cannot generate a certificate. That is what it is telling it does. Second, all my certificate records, whoever gets it will be in this Excel file here, and then that's okay, that I will see it. I have made something to collect full name is worth 0 points. 1 second, something is with 0 point is there. 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. Here is, see, it says this should be made 1 point. Done. Try again. Then passing percent. By meanwhile, when it is happening, you can see the other options. Passing is 80%. You can decide, say, on what percentage. I have made this. I'm not sure what is. Okay, I need to switch or close this and switch it on again. Then this option will appear because the name I have added later. Okay, but still, this is where what is the percentage on which you would like to generate a certificate, 0 to 100. If all correct, only I should give certificate. Only if it is 50% and above, you decide here what is. If you give 0, even they are failed without anything, it can be done. Just certificate will be given just for an attempting on those parts. But you can give it on 50%, then also it is fine. It can be done. What is a certificate you are going to use is these are all the ready-made certificates which are available, which you can use. If you want to create your own certificate, you have to do it in a Google Slides. You have to give a certificate, and clicking on this will become use a custom template that will be used, which can be done with this. See, 1500 per day is allowed for me because we use a G Suite program, which is allowed for us. An admin, you can send 1500 to a single day to the users are possible. And if you would like to have your own custom, use here custom template. That means your own Google slide you have created, and you choose here, select that file and save the changes. If you are using here, see the certificate which you have designed in Google Slides will be displayed. You have to select one of those, and then we need to do it. Any certificates are there? Yeah, here one certificate is there. I can select that. I can choose this. I have a certificate ready. Save that changes. Any other settings which you would like to do it, it's in advanced, where you can specify that whom you are sending it, or the from address or to address, and that can be mentioned over here. See, name of the sender, your college name can be written, subject of an email, certificate like this, say college. Then here is certificate of FDP or webinar, whatever you wanted to write can be written. Any other things you would like to, thank you for attending, all those things you can write, and it will be sent as a PDF. Everything else is already set. Just click save. See, here is already there. Thank you for your submission. This is what comes. This is what everybody would have got it after you fill a Google form. This is the message come. You can customize even this, delete this and write your own. See, you are passed, you will receive a printable certificate shortly. So this can be customized. Once you're done, save changes. Done. That's all. Once it is done, ready, and it will send certificate automatically. This is one method. Now, in the sheets, if you have it got, maybe I'll choose your new spreadsheet. Sir, I have got all the people's collections like this. Say, for example, you have all people's name and email address is done. See, name and then email address is available with you. If that is the case, say Vinay address in, then say here Manoj at gmail.com, here Suresh at gmail.com. See, this is the second method where you can generate and you can use it. This is where you will be working on Autocrat method. Autocrat purpose, first you need to create in your slides certificate like this. Certificate. Yeah, the certificates. Not this. I need some other things. Hold on. My drive, I have certificate, webinar. Searching how to do. I don't know where I've saved. A lot of things are there. Save webinar. Certificate. so many has been created. So one sample I'll try to show, which is a PDF. So like this, you have to create, or I will show you one by creating. It takes hardly a minute. Click new. This is only for those who are in admin level, will be able to create, not specific to anybody. Any user, any faculty can also do this for their regular class or works, only when you are doing a webinar and other parts. Hey, come on. Okay, slides. Specification. What is majorly required over here is a certificate should be ready in advance, which will be useful for you to generate it. Now what I will do here is select, it's taking some time. Okay, now calling this as assuming a certificate. Text one, I will just write here the certificate. Okay, and all other details, assuming that you have designed, you have finished, everything is ready with you, and then you need to send this. How will you add the name to this part? Hold on, I think it's loading in my case. I have too many add-ons installed out over there. I run a lot of programs, so it might get like this window. Okay, now how do we add a name over here? It is, and here is the place where I need to get the faculty name for who have attended should appear. In that case, here is what I need to add. 2 less than symbol, NAME should be written, 2 double greater than symbols has to be written. So here is the place where name comes, certificate and name, signature and other things, all other designs you have to do it here, and it is ready to go ahead. Now when you are doing it in the designs of your work like this, see where your names and email is there and your slide is ready with this. This we will say it as Nanda College certificate. Okay, and then I will write here as, hold on for a second, say color I will add gray color. Done. Okay, I will keep it just to show you. This is how it should get generate and it should work. So only name I have added, remaining all is fixed except the name, everything is ready. So in the sheet you go, click on here to add-ons, you will get here an Autocrat, just launch it. Now what is the advantage of this? Autocrat is fully trackable and you will be generating in a specific way on a time based, and then customizing completely is possible. More than a Certify-M, I always prefer that Autocrat is a good option for us. See, I'm just creating a new job. I have to tell what is this at all. Say this is certificate for Nanda College 1, job name only it is. Just click on next and say which file you would like to use here. From the Google Drive, you have to choose which is the certificate you have created recently. Now, this is the one which I created recently. Select that one, click select. See, that's already selected. And then it says which is matching one between those two. Clicks next. See, in my Google Sheet, I have a column. See here, I should specify sheet number 1. And I have a column here, name and email. And in certificate also, I have a name. See, here also I have a name, here also I have a name here in this column. So both should match. So it is matching here. Say name is matching with my name here. So there is email which I'm not using for printing, but I will send it. So this is how it should be done. Click on next. Then it will come here a full name. Where is that name comes from? So their name should be given for the file name. Then it should be sent as a PDF, multi-document output. Then Google Drive. Click on next. 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 If you would like to share this immediately, yes. Then as a PDF, email comes here. Type here whom you want to send, their email address. Where it is saved, the second column you can see here with less than symbol you should write here. Thank you for attending. Your certificate is attached. If for other people it is 100 limit, for us it is 1500. G Suite programmers can get for 1500. Then click on next. Done. Just save. It can also run on a trigger. If it is yes, you need to specify what is the trigger, other jobs and all, but you can experiment that based on certain things we'll be able to work on. But as of right now, triggering is not necessary for us to do it. Just click on save, and I have made the basic settings. Excel sheet is ready. That is your Google Sheet is ready. Slide is ready with a certificate. See, that's how we should look at. This is my name and email column. Only 2 things. In the slide, certificate design is ready, and this I have used only the name. So when I printed, certificate and my name should appear on this part, and it should work. So I'm just generating it. These 2 may not go because wrong email ID I have given here, but if it is right email, just click on play. It will send and it will be finished. So it's very easy, simple, fast, and you can add next day the auto Certify-M. If you use it, they have to keep on filling it. Suppose you want to generate for somebody right now, you can add here the name and email, click play. add email, click play. Any number of people you can just add here and click play. It will just generate and it will work. And you can see here already successfully merged and it is available and it is done. 2 of 3 documents are done. Meanwhile, if you check my emails, it should come based on certain things here. It would have generated. Hold on for a second. It will be coming over there. It takes some time to generate it. It's still doing on that. You could see, meanwhile, you can see here itself, it has been done. And let's see. Oh, my email addresses are wrong, so that's why it has not gone. But otherwise, see how is certificate generated? See a certificate sample, certificate and name is generated. This is how, see, certificate and name is done. This is one. Similarly, there is one more person created, which is based on his name. File name is also given automatically in that, and then certificate and the name is written there. See, Manoj. Same way, third one, which is for another person, there also it is created. So it just creates, if the email is correct, it will send to everyone. I just gave a wrong email addresses, but otherwise it will keep on sending to everybody. So one click you can do. Sir, next day you want to add one more person, you can see here. Here, new student or participant and their email.com, you write it. That's all. Just go back again, click on this, click on again AutoCAD. You don't have to do all the settings now. Just only one click. See, new student is the name which we have added. Any number of people you can add here, and it automatically just loads what is already exist. And this is for this sheet. There is one autocrat already. Just click play. It hardly takes 1 second, and sending it will be more easy. But Certify-M cannot be done like this, and it is not useful as similar to this. It takes hardly lesser time compared to those options if you are using this one. That is a way you are requested to do that part, which can be useful. Then just see what is generated. You could see whether it is new student, his certificate is ready. It should be with his name. See, I'm not touching the slides anymore. Only once you have to create a slides, keep it ready. Just keep, see here, certificate for a new student generated. So that is how you can keep on adding the name, email here, and just click on play to just the button, automatically it will be saved. And it will be created, it will be sent, an email also will be sent to them if the email is correct. If the email is wrong, it won't go. See, it will show an error here. See, invalid emails manually run by me, and invalid email is not working. If the email is correct, it will send an email to them and in one click. That's how this will be done together with these options. So many are there, but this is a basic options what you must know in a Google form to conduct a basic 2 levels of questions as well as the other options. Choice eliminator will take much more time. We'll be spending more only on a Google form, which I will give you an option for you to explore it more so that you can work on that part. But otherwise, form builder, form limiter, and AutoCAD is how this works on. Next is what I used yesterday, which is the one called as Mentimeter, to know the pulse of a student and know the values of the students. Then this will be useful for engaging them in the classroom has to be done. So someone was messaged me also yesterday, and then they asked me question that this, can you show this how in a very short time that can we create, how to create these things and how to use this in the classrooms. It takes hardly a minute. See, first is mentimeter.com. It is not menti.com. 2 websites. Menti.com is for students. Mentimeter is for faculties. So we should log in here inside this, go inside this. You can create any number of sessions like this, but each session can have maximum of 3 questions. So yesterday what I conducted is here around 22 people maximum answered. I have the same one saved already. So I have, see, so many. For each college when I create it, I will create here. I will keep on deleting it once it is overflowed. Then I can create it. Not necessary, you can keep it. Each session can have 3 questions. Now, how do we create with this? Just go to mentimeter.com, click on login, click on new presentation. Very simple. Give here, say demo the college. Okay, create. See, it takes not even 5 minutes to create your options. Even just before the class starting, 5 minutes you can do. Yesterday I created just before the class, 2 minutes only took. This is also same. Slide is ready. Question you have to choose which type of question you would like to do. This is a word cloud. Click here, ready. So question, type here. Tell your, maybe something like this. Select a color. That's what I'm just giving as a question. Any color they can do it. By how many number of participants each participant can answer? So only one. Each one select one color. So select a color, they should type the color name is what I'm giving. That is my question number 1 completed. How to get second slide here? Click on add. You can see a second question, that is multiple choice. Then I will give you a multiple choice question, which is can be question here. Say select sky color now. I can give here red, blue, green. So that's okay. Right, wrong is we have to decide it. It's not like right, wrong question answer session. It is just answering that one of these they have to choose it. Question number 2 is over. Now click one more, left side, top, add slide, third one comes. So select one of these. Say scale. They have to just do typing answer. Any questions you can explore. There are many type of questions are there which you can do. Say here is I know something. See, I know dash. So this is like, see, Google Labs, Mentimeter, I know Autocrat. So one of these they may know it or they may know more, so they can see that how much they know. They have to rate it, and just they have to strongly agree, strongly disagree. How much they know, they have to specify how much they know it. They can do it. So 3 questions are done. Ready? That's all. What you should do it? Click on present to show it to your students, which looks like this screen. Now see, select a color. There is one code, and students have to enter this 6478806. They have to enter it, this number, and they have to start. And they'll be able to enter this. Once they enter, the output comes on the same screen and it is ready to use. That much is done. Sir, we have created everything. I've done this, sir. Now, can I use this tomorrow? I don't want to use it today. I prepared, I kept ready, but tomorrow I want to use it. Obviously, it is available and it is in your same place. Tomorrow when you come back, or any other day when you come back for next 1 week later, see, this is mentimeter.com, and your login, once you do, your name of your application is still there. If you click this, it will show you the same. So before you start, how do I did yesterday's? I just logged in, clicked it, kept ready, and it is available. And it is done. I can click now present when I'm doing my class. See, during my class, I will be showing my slide like this. Then I will show them that this screen, just click present and keep it ready. This screen. Now I'll keep on explaining. See, this is how I explained. This is how I did. Okay. Then I'll keep on finishing my class. Then I may ask after this sentence, I'll ask them, please answer this. Then they will enter. The answer will come here. And okay, next I'll go to the next question. Okay, they will answer this. Again, I'll go to next question. Then I will explain this. Then I'll come back here. I can shift. Just Alt Tab. I'm using it to shift between my slide and this option. So it becomes easy for me to jump. Once they have done, this is where the answers will come. How the answers will look like. This is, I will show you. Yesterday I conducted one, right? So how your answers will look like is this one. When I finish that and when I come back to this, I will get the answers which looks like this. You all answered yesterday. See, this is how the answer is. You can see this is how you answered yesterday, and then what you are expected more, and the graph will appear on those part. And I know Google Classroom, some of you had yes, some of you had said no. This is how it looks like. So if I like this, I can download this as a result. Possible, I can keep it. So any day you can come back, anytime you can, any number of times you can do it. But remember, 3 questions per session, it works. What happens after 3 questions, sir? It will not allow you to do because you have to buy this, and it's a premium version. If you want more, you need to buy and use it. If not, 3 questions, you can use as many you wanted. You can work with that one. Second, this code will change after 3 questions. So this question over, it is okay, fine. See, this is the code lets you audience to presentation maximum 2 days. After that, code will change automatically. I can create one more, new code will come, and that I have to use. That's all. Otherwise, this works very simple. Sir, is this the only tool which have to be used like this? No. This can be used. 1 second. I'll just see if anything is there on this. Okay, then it can be made like the next way which has to be taken care. Sir, apart from Mentimeter, what tool I can use, or what is the other tools available to interact with my students is next one, which is called as OOClap. This is also almost similar to this, the one which you are trying to work with, called as Mentimeter, and OOClap looks and feels are almost same. The work, how do we work in this, is also same part, like this. If you use OOClap, works like this. And here is again sign up for a login is required, and this also works with the same, not much difference. And here also the code has to be entered by user. So almost exactly same as Mentimeter. There is no difference between Mentimeter and this one, but two different companies, that's all. But here you have a limit for number of questions what you can do it, and that can be used here. Say create an event here, you can create that and you can run here. See, look and feel is slightly different, but otherwise same. Multiple choice question, poll, or find an image, rating, question, word cloud. See, word cloud, find a number, matching, all are there. Say word cloud, if I take this at all, select this, add a question here. For example, how are you feeling today? Is my question for today. Ask the students like this. We may ask 100 questions, so any questions you can do it, and that can be typed here. Ready? That's all. Just save. See, that's one question which has been added onto the title. Add one more question, whichever you would like to do it on this can be made. Poll, I would like to take it. Say select any one. Then here is 100. 200. You can add image to that, and that is all possible at all. That can be a 300. Done. Just click save. Done. See, that's how we have done. Two questions have been added into this, and you can add one more and see what happens. Here is advantage, the rating. See, that's only limit. Mentimeter gives you 3 questions. This gives you 2 questions. Type of questions are different. Sometimes student also feels require different, right? Then what? Someday you use Mentimeter, they all know, oh, there's menti.com. Someday you use WooClap. It's also same. There is no difference. Here, another advantage is that I can give, say, Nanda College, and name is given. But what is the code you enter? How the user will work for this? Like mentimeter.com and menti.com. Here is WooClap, wooclap.com for a student, and here is the address. See, I can generate a link right now itself. Say, for example, this I can give here as my subject itself. I can give, say, digital tools. D tools is the name. See, I can select this address and it is done. That means anybody can use this and they can participate in this if they are able to join with this. app.wooclap.com/dtools will give me an option to start with this when the user presents. How do I use this? Teacher should start this. This is how it comes. Question number 1 comes and student can see here, and out in progress moment. What happens to this? I just need to think. Okay. Log in with this and see whether the student has uploaded. How are you feeling today should come. Okay, see, this is a question. Faculty has started and anybody can answer over here easily. Even you can try it if you want to answer it in between. You can try. There is a link, and then I type here as very nice. I answered and you could see very nice. And if somebody else answers good, and then it comes good. Not so good, then also that comes. See, somebody is also typed that excited, feeling excited. So see, if you start typing, it will keep on coming. Yeah, that can be done. That's how it's as simple. They don't need to type link, enter the code. No, just the link direct. When you are connecting even in Google Meet, you can give this link. It is possible. Go to the next question. Fine. So one of this has to be chosen. See, automatically student screen looks like this. He will choose 100. Here is, you can see, oh, somebody has chosen 200. I will choose submit. Then you could see 100, 1%, 200, 1 more percent. Okay. Then somebody, I can't answer. It's only for next step. It is waiting. People who have answered, see, 2 people have answered 200. That's how the screen looks. It is almost same, but the way we conduct and way we do it, it's all done. So it's all done. Only 2 questions per day. In between the classes, I would like to ask, then this tool is more useful. You can use with this WooClap. Similar to this, or any other tools can be used. That's what everybody wants, like digital tool. You should know the purpose. That's why the first day itself I said, choose the tool based on your requirements, not because I am showing you something you should use in your class. No, that is not good idea. Similar to this is one which is most commonly used by many people. That's called Kahoot. Not much time is there to give a full-fledged demo of this. Some other time maybe we'll try to give you a Kahoot itself as maybe other tools and explanation, because so many other things I'm supposed to cover. It is also similar to same category, belongs to the same category of Mentimeter, same category of WooClap, same category is Kahoot. So all 3 are for the same gamified mode of learning. But this Kahoot is giving you a premium version for G Suite people for till 30th September. If our area is affected with COVID, we will get another 2 months, maybe 1.5 months. We have time to explore it for maximum things. possible with this. It also has got a similar things are there, which is available, which can be done. So what you can also do it is, people can, the advantage with this Kahoot is only one. Remaining all creation, you can just go log in and create it the similar. When you know Mentimeter, when you know WooClub, you can do Kahoot also. But advantage is this can be given for the students without our presence. I don't need to be present in the online mode. See, WooClub, I have to be present. I need to show next question. In the Mentimeter, I have to be present. Next question. I should show. Then only you can answer. But in Kahoot, I can do that. Plus, additionally, I have one more called as student-based learning, where I just need to create and give the game pin for my students, and they can play anytime, anywhere, whenever they wanted in their own devices like mobile phones, they can play. But how it works, automatic 10 seconds time, 20 seconds time for each question will be given, and they have to finish within that time. You can experience that. That is where exactly it is required, which you are supposed to work on. For this, I will give you, you can have an experience of this, then you can give it to students. I have given one here. I will give you a game pin. You try it. You don't create it. First, learn it. You experience it. Then you can get it. My one code I will give you now. What you should do is right now. Okay, Nanda College purpose only created on 3 questions. One is there. I will just play around with this. Okay, see, whenever we play in the Kahoot, these 2 options which will appear. One is I can assign, I can teach. Teach is when I'm online, when my students are online, I play on my system, then it works. You need to go to the kahoot.com, kahoot.it. That's faculty goes to kahoot.com, student goes to kahoot.it, and they enter a game pin and they start working on. That is both, if we are live, that is synchronous mode of teaching, learning. It's a very interesting game which we can play with our own questions we can do. No, sir, I am not present here. That same process what you did for Mentimeter and WooClub, you have to do it in this case, first one called teach. Now, difference is here where I assign this. When I click assign, it tells me by when you are supposed to finish. I'm giving you, see, today is what? Friday. So till Monday, you have a time till 12 o'clock to play this game. And it is based on timer, of course, yes. Personalized learning, yes. Randomize the questions, yes. And nickname not required. You have to give your own name over there. I'm just clicking create option. Player must play with an iPhone or an Android phone only, not on the web, not in the browser or a computer. And what it does is it generates and gives me one game pin, which I'm giving you right now. Game pin is pasted on this. Given already in this. That game pin is given to you. What you should do right now, install an app called as Kahoot in your mobile phones. And once you install, once you log in as a teacher or student, whatever it is, you just go inside first, and then center of your phone, bottom, it will ask you enter game pin. Just give this pin 084083817. I posted in the chat window. Enter it, not now, after the session, maybe in the afternoon, tomorrow, anytime you feel it, before Monday, try it once so that you will know how, as a student, even without a teacher, without me, you are able to play that in your own way, and you can know that 1, 2, 3 questions. And you can answer it, you can know your score, you can know that. And same thing we can give it to our students without all those works. Now, sir, this game pin, I don't want to give it to everybody. Someone questions was also in chat window. How can I restrict these settings or a link, all those things? Preferable is put all this the link in your Google Classroom. Only your students who are inside your Google Classroom can work. Don't give it in public like a WhatsApp. Anybody can forward to anybody, and anybody can enter it, and anybody can do anything in our classrooms. We will give it to only Google Classroom so that all our students are inside your. How? Here also there is a link. See, from here itself directly I can assign it to Google Classroom. Possible. In everywhere we can do. The link you have to give only to the Google Classroom method, then it works much good, because only my students will know. And if somebody sends it, my students are responsible for that, and they have to we'll ask them only to do that. Preferably not to give publicly, like everywhere. You don't share it. Try avoid doing that. Otherwise, we'll end up in trouble. Now it maybe we are enjoying it, sir. It is COVID. We have to send everything in WhatsApp. We may enjoy for 5 minutes, but after a month, after 3 months, maybe once the COVID goes away, we will suffer a lot because of our data which has gone across the places. Not good. Use single systematic organized way of submitting and controlling, communicating with your students only through Google Classroom. Put everything in one place, organized. You want to inform even one simple sentence, put it over there. Officially, every communication starts going to them. They like it. Otherwise, one teacher is sending in WhatsApp, one teacher is sending in SMS, one teacher is calling me, one teacher is sending in Google Classroom, one teacher is not at all telling me. This is the problem which happens. Make your institute policy that we will follow this and everybody should use this. Simple. One single sentence can do with that. Next one, which is another tool which is called Book Creator. Now this will allow you to create books. Preferably, before that, I will try to tell you that, see, try to understand what the book we are trying to create is not a regular textbook which will be published by a publisher and then in the market we are going to release, is not the one. So you need to understand that this is the one which will be given to them in a multi-different way. Means for a resource sharing from my two perspective, you should see, as a faculty, how can you use this tool? As a student, how can you use this tool in my online teaching process? That will give you a very good example of understanding this. So this is a free tool which will give it, even it is a paid one is also there inside this, but free tool will allow you to give you create a 40 books in one single library. You can create any number of libraries, but one library they are allowing you for free with 40 books inside this. What is the advantage of this? This is where the multiple things are there. A good font is available, good pictures are there, you can drop a music, book is readable, pen tool is fine, and you can use shapes for this, and a lot of designs can be done easily. That's that one. There are many available, but this is a good option. One sample is there. I will show you. Where is my links? I kept it ready for you so that I can show you. Not in this. 1 second, hold on. Okay, here is my Book Creator sample. I will open and show you, plus additionally I will give you the link as well. You can also try it in your through chat window and you can open and try it. See, this is somebody's book who have created. I'm just showing you a sample. This is how a final book look like, and they have created a book, and that is how it comes on. And you can read this book. See, some faculty has created. I'm just reading as a student. I'm reading it. This is the front page looks like, and I'm turning this. See, it's like you're feeling that flip book of a feeling as well. And book is not just a book. Book has got text. Book has got video. Book has got images. Book has got a link. Book has got everything. So you can do your work of creating content inside this. Clicking on this play will play from the YouTube window directly on my book itself. That's a one advantage which is coming up. It will take time. I'll show that. Then I don't have a time to read this, sir. Oh, if somebody reads for me, it's very good, right? So there is an option on the top. You may not be able to hear this because I'm playing it in a full screen, and you can see, observe the yellow color boxes which appears on my screen is reading actually. See. One by one word it reads, and it tells me the entire sentence easily. So this is how a book is. Our students are happy, right? When I give my notes, they don't have to read. Machine reads for them. They just have to listen and they can. Some people who are auditory can do. Those who want to read, they can do. Those who are kinesthetic, they can play it and then watch my video and they can learn it. That's how the advantage which comes with one single book. All three kinds of people are targeted and they can go through this. Another example, which is also a very good one, book which is Casey Bell or Monica has generated for this. I will put it in chat window as well. You can also see that same thing link. You can copy and keep it. Later you can watch same thing. I'm showing it here. This is how a book looks like. A resource I would like to share it with my students. Always see that we have to give to our students in only PPT, only PPT, only PPT. From 30 years, I am also seeing that it's only more than that we have not gone. There is no notes. Or a Xerox copy of the notes, or my notes, I'm giving them a copy. Try to give more attractive. See, they are last 3 months they are into mobile phone. They are into a very good world of internet. Now you expect them to get a Xerox copy of our notes. They don't like it. This is how it looks like when it is in full screen. You can see that how it works. See the way the feeling of opening book is like exactly same, and linkings are given here. The hyperlink. You click on that one of those, and then you can go to that specific web pages, and you can see that. See, it's a 7th page, and it goes there. And go back, and you can see the previous page. Fine. There's the image. There is an audio as well. You can just listen. This gives me audio. It's actually coming, but you may not be able to audio because it's in a live. I'm playing it. So you can open that link I have given, then it will work. As simple as that. There is no download, no linkings, no upload, paste, nothing required. Just one link, which you can share it in your Google Classroom. Please refer this for my book on my content. Fine. Whatever you prepared in a PPT, just go beyond that and try to create something which will be the more effective way of presentations. That's how easy it is. And book, it will read for me, and it has a full screen. You could see it is reading one by one, and voice is coming automatically. That's how advantage of using this. Now to create this, sir, it will be difficult. No, so I don't know. I'm not a computer fellow. I'm not a techie. So how do I create? Advantage is more. That's why I'm showing you. All these are pre-built in, which can be used on this. How? It's a simple website called as Book Creator. An additional advantage is that any user can go sign in here, log in into this, and create a lot. And in bookcreator.com itself is a lot of inspirational books are there, and you can go through, see that how it will inspire you to create your own books. That's a one. These are all some of the books which I created for some people to show a demo, and this is how it can be done. And this gives you limited number of books of 40, but as and when you, that is additional perks. These Book Creator and many other tools which are, if you are a Google certified educator or a trainers, then you get this as an unlimited perks for us from a Google, that Google gives us this for free. So I can create any number. See, for others, if you use, there will be limit, general people, but as a certified trainers, we will get this because we train everybody else to use this. So we get free of cost for all the things which can be done. And shareable, lot many new features will be there. I can collaborate and work. How to create? Very simple. Click on new book, log in inside, click new book, tell the computer what is the size of the window you are trying to create. Smaller one, bigger one, cartoon style, fixed style, other style, you decide and it will work. Net is quite slow today. My system generally does not go so much slow, but it has to work a little faster because I have a high-speed internet compared to everybody's. But system is also with SSD, should work, but it's taking some time today. It's okay. I'm taking a landscape now, so you can choose anyone. See, it's as simple. Just click on a landscape with comic because it has got good styles, and screen comes. On top, you have a plus. I is an inspector and a play button to see your book. Plus is the first option, and a lot of things are there here. First is a panel. What kind of a panel you would like to have it in your screen? Say I want two screens. Yeah, this one is good for me, or this one is 3 is good. I will take 2, 1. This is how it comes. What these two does? Images. Select, click here. You can take your photo and add. You click on this image, and then you'll be able to search the Google or any, and all images which comes here are free, not copyrighted one. Copyright free it comes, so that you can use on this. Say laptop screen, one image. I just wanted to put a good one there. Okay, this I will put, select, and that image will be replaced here inside this box. Go here, click another one as maybe a mobile phone. You take it and then select. Okay, see, this is also a good one, or maybe a height one I need. Okay, select one of this, whichever is okay. I'll try to adjust and put it. So automatically it has ready. Title is required. Click again plus, click on a text and just click on boom. It's like mobiles are online. Just click done and ready. It is adjustable and put it here. My front page of my book is, you can do a lot. I'm just showing you one simple sample. I'm clicking an arrow mark, going to the next page. Then plus, I don't want this panel. I don't want all these. I want sticker. So I put a sticker here, say, yeah, on the top of this. And I need a good background for this, not with this option. So you can go for a shapes, or you can go for media. All other options are there, but I just want background for that's in inspector. See, first I will put my background. You can do this. Then in the plus, that's what I is inspector, which allows you to do a lot of things, colorful things, and apply like this. Fine. Then in the plus, you have media. You can import from images, maps, files, drive, embed. You choose from where you want, what content you want it. Anywhere, any place, anything, you can bring it and put it. So I want a maps. Say I want this is Europe to be specified here. I can search. See, your city has come here, and you can specify it. This is what select, and that map comes on my screen. Next is next screen, and I want here a good background first, and then green or yellowish. Okay, red I will put. Then I will put plus, and in the media I want a pen to write something. I can write here, and also I can add an audio, and I can do all those things. Additionally, anything you would like to have it always works. Okay, I think it takes time. I will show the one which takes much lesser one. Media with a text. Say here, welcome to the online book creation and through book creator. Click done and it is ready, and you can adjust all style other things in this right now. See here, increase the font, make it bold, make it white, color. See, all adjustments are okay. You can experiment it, learn, spend 2 minutes, you can get extra. Last one, last page I'm adding here, say this color plus here, and I want to add a record here. See, start recording. Actually it records my voice now. Anything I say will be a voice recorded and ready to use. That file it will prepare and gives me. Click on stop recording. See, audio comes, use this recording. One small icon comes here, ready to listen. People can listen my voice along with my audio video here. And then sticker, some more I will add. Awesome, put it here. And you can add your content, text content, bring it from a Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Anything you would like to copy paste is fine. For example, say some questions were there yesterday, I just copy that, I will put here, click done, my text is there. You can adjust color size, you have to adjust a little bit, it takes time, but you can do that part here. Basic part I will do. This is white and here is, I may be moving a little fast here and there at all, don't worry, it's all the same. Just click 1 2 3 and then you will get here. Cabin font size is done. Okay, shapes you wanted it, you have a shapes here, you can adjust it and put it here. You can adjust, go below, go behind, all those parts are there. See here, move back, done. You can do all things. That's why my book is ready now, and this is how it is done. How do I see that book is okay? Click on play and see in a screen it comes. Wow, we're ready. And need some time because your content differs, everybody's content differs. You can just click, it flips. Wow, see, it goes, opens, ready. Now my book is ready. I can work like this and prepared. So now how do I send it to my students and other people to share it? Click on share button and it says publish online. That means a link will be generated, ready to give it to anyone. Download as an ebook, not openable directly in the web. For a Kindle or Amazon work on Amazon Kindle and all books, you can generate it as an ebook. Or print, you can download as a PDF, possible. Click publish online, give a name here. Say this is online, is my book, and my name is the author. Click publish. Just done. One click over. Copy this, say copy, public, share, link to the clipboard. Done. I'm just putting it in your chat window as well. You could see that. And I'm giving it to here. Yes, of course, this book is downloadable and can be kept here. Preferably as a PDF. Why you want to keep it? Keep the link. That's why do you want to save your time with your space, memory, everything in your system. It's always available online, all time. Then just see, this is how the link goes. No login, nothing required. Just send the link. I've given the link in chat window. You can open and see. You will also have the same experience of reading, and you can listen the voice here. My voice come. And people can read to this. It reads. As simple as this. It can come and it will work. See, it is reading me for all. It's fine. That's how it works. That's as simple as that much. And it's actually more. You can experiment and get more things with that, is what exactly you'll be able to do with this. Lot more things are there. It depends on what kind of a things we work on, what we will be able to do with this, then it will go on. I will skip other part and I'll try to show you something which is important, because it's already 9:47. People wanted this part is more important. As part of a G Suite comes to your campus, maybe see sometime definitely this is not just the end at all. Sometime definitely I'll be able to help you in once you start using all these tools, what you have learned, and try to use it for some time for the next few months, maybe a 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, or sometimes, and then get back so that I can come back again and give you some more tools, each and everything which can be helpful for you, which will be starting one by one. It will be useful for us. Now, while doing that, somebody wanted to become an expert level and beyond that at all. See, that's what I started a journey around 5-10 years before. And then slowly we have into last 2 years extensively into a Google trainings, and then become a certified people to go ahead with this. Sir, when we look at our side, two aspects are there. One, as a faculty, we get trainings. At the same time, we also have to prepare our students, right? Then they get job ready. Things should be available for them when they go out. Irrespective, I'm not talking about any computer science things here at all. It is not for a computer science people. It is for non-computer science people should learn all this part. Then only it becomes in your field, you can expert and you can go ahead. Google for Education program offers all these training programs which are available online. That means they give you some little bit of basic resources where you can learn, practice, and you can do it. You need a trainings. We will provide. That's where we become a trainers to provide all those parts. But there are levels like this. There is level 1, which is basic educator level. Before this, there are some more small courses which are available. All beyond that, this is a globally recognized certifications which a faculty can do or a teacher can do. That is educator level 1. First level, that's the basic fundamentals of Google for Education program, Gmail, calendar, apps, or basics level, very basic levels. It will be at the beginning level. And second level is little advanced of all those options where you can create customized YouTube, how to use Google Maps while teaching history, how can you make people to travel around. A tour can be generated in Google Map, Google Earth, all that are advanced levels, which is in level 2 of, one second, yeah, Google Educator level 2. Then is where this is a optional one, which is not mandatory for everybody, called as G Suite certification. Preferably, this is made for students. It is little costly, but this gives you a lot good advantage for students to know the G Suite program, what is available, and they can enter industry with knowing this knowledge. They can become a G Suite administrator in a company, and they can manage a lot. In our own campus, we are managing it, but in their offices, they need more people and IT certifications at all. That can be done with this, which is useful for them. Then is a certified trainer where I stand right now, and with all these 3 and then other 2 certifications, commonly additional one. This is the flow of a Google certificate level: educator 1, educator 2, G Suite certification, and then I finished certified trainer as well. And I've applied even for next after this. This is also a little complex because you need to show certain training programs you have to conduct as a trainer, and then you need to know number of feedbacks, certification videos you have to create, and then you will become certified trainer once they approve it. Then is certified innovator to go beyond this. This time it was acceptance was done for me, but it was in California. But unfortunately, because of the COVID, could not go there, and they made it as an online program right now. But next year we'll be able to apply it because this is a 7 days of time spending in a Google office in California where you become certified innovator. It is not just sitting here, I will do everything. They will not accept. They will call you. You have to go there, spend full time over there, 7 days, 10 hours a day, 70 hours, 75 hours you have to spend, and they will train you more. They will train you full completely to become a more trainer to across the world. Now, keeping in this mind, even at this levels, I do train a lot of peoples with all these things. Any school, college does not have a G Suite, I go them, tell them, please go ahead. It is free, apply it and get it done. Once they do it, I train the people for these levels. So level 1, level 2, certified trainer and innovators. How do they become? I'll try called as Google Certification Academy. And then I also make them that specifically for digital tools and master classes, techno boot camps for becoming a training. Or I always prefer that your faculties, at least one person from each department, at least to become a certified educators. Forget all other things. First level educators, it can work. Now, how does this process works? I do train on many other topics, but this is where I want you to, as a higher education sectors, you should go. And how do we write with all these parts at all, which is level 1, level 2 at all? See, earlier it was on a centers. Now they've opened everything on a proctored exams on online, sitting at your own home. You can do it. You just need a government issued ID card, a webcam working properly, good internet, stable internet connection is more than enough after learning. So approximately 40 to 45 hours of online learning is required. Or if you attend a training programs, maybe a 2 days of training program is enough to become a level 1, and it costs around $10, and level 2 is around $15. This is around G Suite certification is around $75. Certified trainer is not with money, but only these first 3 are costly, and this is generally it is made for application level. It is not for a paid one. Even certified innovator is not on a paid one. It is an application level. You have to apply, they select, and you will be able to do with these parts. And finally, thank you so much for the Nanda College for giving me an opportunity to share my knowledge and experiences and giving you some idea at least how best you'll be able to work it. Any point of time you feel comfortable, you can contact me either through any of these medias. My name, details, what I do it, and I'm showing you just some of the badges which will help me to do it. See, after becoming all these things only, I will be able to train. Then I started working on, see, level 1, level 2 badge, I got it, and then G Suite certification I got, and then certified trainers, and expecting one top one, which is soon to come. And remaining every tools which I use, I first use it, I learn it, and I certify that, become good trainer, train some more people, then become a certified trainer, then it will be easy for us to go ahead. I'm on LinkedIn, preferably to connect with more networkings. I'm also sharing all the resources what I teach here through a Wakelet, which is another tool which you use for sharing purpose. Sometimes later when we get more time, we'll be able to discuss that, and you can follow me there. That's what yesterday's links I have given. In the same links, you go there, you follow me there, and you get all resources of today's also, step by step. Every tool links are already shared. You can use with those options. Hopefully spending your 1.5 hours in 3 days was useful, fruitful. Hope you will be enjoying this, using in your classrooms, and start using it. And don't feel that only 3 days we learn and leave it here. Should not happen. You should start from the beginning, and you should be able to work with this. That's what my expectation was, so that you can use it immediately from your classrooms, and it will be helpful for you on these parts. Thank you so much. Anything else you would like to ask? Questions? If you have doubts, I'm happy to do another 5 minutes we have. Useful, because this is not going to be an end. This is just the beginning, and this is where we have to start for a virtual class or online class or distance learning. Everything starts right now. You are into the edge of starting all these classes. Keep all these things. Start with a simple formula: one tool, one class, one section, one subject by one teacher. It will change the way you teach in your classroom, and students will enjoy doing that part, and that will be useful for you. And
participants can raise their questions.
So I'm expecting only something they're saying. Thank you, nice things. Okay, thank you everyone for your active participations and then listening to me for so much of time. Any doubts or clarifications? More doubts and clarification will come when you start using it. Share 3 days videos. Yeah, I think they are only recording it. Your institute only will give you that videos possibly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vinay sir. Actually, your Nanda institutions created and provide Google Mail ID from G Suite for all our staff in the year 2015 itself.
Very good, ma'am.
But at the time, we don't know the value of it and simply wasted it, sir.
4 months 5 years, madam. It is not just 1 or 2 days. 5 years you took them. It is good. No, it is not the different now, but at least now you came to know that what are the possibilities and great things. Start using it.
Sir, 4 months ago, as per our principal sir's instruction, our Tamil department reactivated that mail with the help of Prabhu sir and working on it with the help of Prasad sir.
Sure.
Here, I want to register proudly that for the past 4 months, every week, our Tamil department releasing quiz and using Google Forms, providing 1,500 certificates each day. It will be effective for 3 days. So around 4,500 certificates we can be able to provide to the participants without any barrier. Thank you, sir.
Very nice. Very nice to hear all these things. Very good, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. We learned a lot of novel techniques from you, sir. Really, it was very informative.
And also, I suggest that it is, instead of only just the quiz program, you also try to produce some resources for people to learn. For example, see, some student want to learn from your department. What could be the best possible resources? Books, maybe, or maybe PPTs, or maybe videos. You try to share those things. Then
sure,
most
sir.
people will come with your order.
Sure, sir. In future, we'll do, sir. We thank our principal, sir, and Abdul, sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity for us to be updated. Now, I request our Dr. S. Prasad, Coordinator, Center for E-Learning and Development, to propose vote of thanks.
Just before that, I have a few words to say.
Okay,
Dr. Vinay, it's my pleasure to be here at this precious point of time to give my personal thanks. And already our Tamil department have taken up the assignment of making these kind of tools for e-learning resources. Like Renan Martin English grammar book. Tamil grammar is also very difficult.
Yes.
So probably they'll be coming out with so many novel things to learn Tamil grammar, and they'll be taking up the work with your tips. They'll be able to complete it at a faster rate. Thanks a lot, Dr. Vinay. We'll come back again, meet. And over to Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thanks to our management for giving permission to conduct the training program. Next, I would like to thank a person for a guiding in a correct path like Google Maps, always rotating 360-degree direction, is none other than our principal, Dr. M. Gopalakrishnan, sir. Daily we will open a new page algorithm for analyzing, always taken into account like Google search engine optimization, is our administrative officer, Dr. V.C. Srinivasan, sir. My heartily thanks to G Suite add-ons for extending helping hands and arranging program like this Dr. K. Abdul, IQC coordinator. It's a pleasure to thank our YouTube in process of helping, sharing, and distributing information to me in this program is none other than our Dr. D. Yuvraj sir. I extend warm thanks to the repository of Accessible, always our Nanda Educational Institution Google Play Store, Mr. Prabhu sir, for his support. Next, I am delighted to thank, and we all went to a virtual reality tour on Digikogi on Google Apps with his visual presentation to Christ University, Bangalore for the past 3 days. Is attracted by everyone. Is our resource person, Dr. M. Vinay sir. Thank you for his valuable speech. Next, I would like to express my thanks to all Gmail participants and Jamboards from the various institutions. Finally, I express my thanks to all my Nanda Arts and Science College faculties. They are in a Google Drive, given backlit support to this program completed in a grand success. Thank you all once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very nicely said, sir. You have covered all the topics what we have said, what has been covered in last 3 days. You have tried to cover up with all the things and giving name that who people who work that. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Participants, I have posted a feedback link in a chat box. Feedback link post பண்ணிட்டேன் மேம். feedback link click பண்ணி நீங்க forms fill பண்ணிட்டு you can get your certificates.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasad. You can stop recording and we can have a little more chat.
Thank you, sir. Okay.